ladies, this is Jamie. Thanks for watching. This video is about silence, why silence works so well on your ex. If you are dealing with a breakup, in the midst of a breakup, you need this advice. Stop right there, give me a like, give me a follow. It really helps the algorithm. Costs you nothing to follow me or subscribe to my channel. It just means that when you get onto your social media or your YouTube, my videos pop up. I would appreciate it. When you're in the midst of a breakup, you need to go into no contact. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about that. It is on many of my videos. It's on my website, on my e-courses, talking about no contact, what to do during no contact, how long no contact should last, why it works, what he is thinking when you're going through no contact, things for you to post when you're in the midst of no contact because your ex is going to stalk you on social media. So this no contact time is critical. Let's just talk a little bit about silence. So again, no contact and silence, I know they sound very synonymous. They sound like it's the same thing, but I want to talk about why silence is so important. There are two ways of being silent. The first way of being silent is a very manipulative, I'm getting back at you, I'm mad, so I'm going to snub you, I'm not going to speak it to you, kind of a silent thing. It's holding your hand up or saying things like, I'm not speaking with you, and then just going into your angry mode. You don't want to do that. That just makes you look petty. You are using silence as a way to get back at him. You are using silence to punish him. Maybe he's trying to talk with you and you want to make it known that you're not speaking to him. Maybe you see him out somewhere and you lift your nose high in the air and you turn from him. That just makes you look so emotional, really. It makes you look like you're trying so hard to get back at him. And he may not even care. He may have moved on and now you just look ridiculous. The silence that I'm talking about, the silence that is powerful, is a silence that's very quiet. It's very confident. It just says in your mind, it says, I refuse to interact with somebody that's going to interact with me in a toxic way. It may say, I am saving myself from this heartache and this pain. You want to break up, you don't want to be with me, then I don't need to interact with you because it's hard on me. And my priority right now is not you. And it's not on interacting with you. It's not on getting closure, answers, or some kind of reasons, explanations for what went on. Right now, my job is to save me, is to help myself heal and move on. And silence is the way I can do that. Now, you don't tell this guy all of this. This should be the motive behind your silence. This should be the reason why you're doing it. It's a very self-reflective time. When you go into silence, you're quieting his voice from just manipulating you and yakking in your ear. And you are self-reflecting on what you did wrong in the relationship, what he did wrong. You're reflecting on the relationship in general. You're reflecting on who he really was. Is he really the guy that you built him up to be? Maybe you want to look at the good traits that he had, but you also really want to reflect on the bad traits that he had and ask yourself, why did I find this guy so attractive? Why did I think that he was the one? This kind of silence also elevates your status. It makes you look very classy, very high value. So let's go into this kind of silence. Silence is power. It tells him you cannot manipulate me with your words. You cannot draw me into a toxic conversation. I control my mood. I control my emotions. I control when I speak or don't speak. Silence also shows that you have control. You don't have to say something. So if before you just let all your emotions out, you just kind of acted crazy and you said all of these things. This is a moment now to pull your emotions together and to let him know that you have some ability to control yourself and nobody can move you. It shows self-restraint, and we respect people that can restrain themselves. There's a favorite quote of mine that says, wise men talk because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something. So if your mind is just running around like a little hamster on a wheel or a little squirrel, and you're just throwing all of your emotions out there to this guy, That is not respectable. Nobody respects that woman. We respect people that are self-controlled, that have some restraint, that are reflective, that stop and think about what they're going to say before they say it. They think about exactly what they want to say, how they want it to come across, how it might be perceived. And so sometimes it's best to just say, look, I'm really angry right now, and I can't talk to you right now because I don't want to say something that I will regret. I know words are very powerful, so I just need some time to get my thoughts together, and then I'll get back with you. Now, if you're in the midst of this breakup and he's kind of wanting to talk, that's what I suggest you do. But if this breakup has already happened, you go into the no contact and you are very silent. If you run into this guy, which you might, if you had mutual friends and your paths crossed, this is where you can use this classy silence to your advantage. It doesn't mean that if he says something to you, you just tight-lipped and turn from him, because again, that's going to look petty. But you could answer in a very controlled way. If he just says something like, how are you? You can say, I am fine, thank you for asking, and move on, move away, go do something else. Again, because if your emotions are still reeling, your job is to save yourself. Now, if he wants to draw you into some difficult conversation, you can just say, you know, I don't want to talk about this anymore. We're broke up. There's no need to talk. I don't need any closure or explanations. There just is nothing more to say. And you can move away. Don't say it mean, don't say it hateful. You can even put a smile on your face and just say, I don't think it's best that we talk. I think we've said everything we have to say. You don't want to be in the relationship anymore. I did, but now I'm thinking maybe I don't either. And so there's not really anything to say. I think we both just need to take some time to think. And just end it like that. Don't let him draw you into something. He's wanting to draw you into a conversation because he's wanting to know your emotions. He's wanting to know how you feel. And don't allow yourself to get drawn into that. Don't give him your emotions. He doesn't even want to hold your hand at this time. He certainly shouldn't get to hold your emotions. This man should not get to know everything that you're feeling right now. You don't give that much of yourself to someone that doesn't want to spend a lifetime with you. Silence also creates mystery. If he doesn't know what you're doing or know what you're thinking, he's going to wonder if breaking up with you was the best decision. He might even be thinking, is she moving on? Is she thinking about somebody else? Did she even really care about me? And you might be thinking, well, I want him to know that I care. No, you really don't. You really don't, because I'm going to tell you, in my experience with coaching women, the only way a man comes back is when he thinks he's lost you, when he thinks she doesn't care. She's over me. I guess I wasn't that great of a guy. She forgot about me. That's when he comes back. If he thinks there are still some lingering feelings there, if he thinks that you want him back, he can take his time dating other people. He can wean off of you slowly. The only way this man comes back is when he thinks he's lost you and you've moved on. And he can't know what you're thinking if you're just silent. Silence is the easiest thing and the hardest thing you will ever do. You don't have to say anything. You can just do nothing. So that's easy. But when you're wanting to reach out and you're wanting to say something, or somebody's wanting to draw you in, silence is extremely difficult. So you have to be mentally tough. You have to prep yourself up if you know you are going to be seeing this guy. You have to be determined. You have to maybe practice with friends. Practice on your own. Practice in front of a mirror. What am I going to do or say in a very silent or semi-silent way that saves myself some dignity? Lastly, silence is a very high value thing. It's something high value women do. I talk a lot about high value women on my website. Again, it's linked in the description below. She's Every Day. I talk about the marks of a high value woman. And this is what you want to transform into when you're going through a breakup. This is an excellent way to not only come out better at the end of a breakup and improve yourself in every area of your life, transform yourself. It also is going to make this ex really want you back. Just trust me, it happens. So get one of those e-courses. In that e-course, I talk about high value women, and silence is a character trait that they have. It's like a lion that knows they are the king of the jungle. And they don't flinch when a little yapping dog starts barking at them. They don't scurry away when a mouse runs across their path. They're very calm, they're collected, they're nonchalant, and they're silent most of the time. Ladies, I want to see you win in this breakup. That is why silence and no contact is so critical. Get some of my information on my e-courses that will really guide you into a whole lot more information on how to do this in the best way possible. Ladies, I want to see you win in not only this relationship, but in life. God bless you guys. I will see you in the next video.